Well, for the last time, I want to go to Steve Sherrill tonight. Steve said that because the show was running a little long, maybe we ought to stop it and just eliminate him. But I think Steve's comments are important. And I really enjoy his what do you want to talk about segments. So I've asked him not to cancel tonight. And Steve, I appreciate you staying around. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, I just came from the other side of town when I was with Steve Bittinger. I want to talk about train shows. This last weekend, there was the largest train show probably in the country, where there was over 20,000 people the first day. I did not go to the train show, but I did watch a lot of videos on the train show. Now, I noticed some things that were very good, and I was very happy to see a lot of younger people at the train show participating, operating layouts behind manufacturers' tables, walking around buying stuff. To me, it was very exciting to see that. And I think we discussed at an earlier date the problems with, it seems like the hobby is dying out somewhat. But I didn't see it at Springfield. Now, anybody who was there may correct me, but what I saw on the videos was certainly encouraging. I saw a lot of good things. Now, I want to mention that Greg Cassidy and I will be at the Timonium show this weekend, manning the new tracks modeling table for the scholarships. And I would really like to see people who are on YouTube viewing the show to come by and say hi to us so we can see who you are and just talk, model railroading for a while. We don't get to share that much personally one-on-one, except at things like this event. And one other thing, I looked on a video, and here was a guy in Oklahoma City. They had a big train show for them. And the guy he covered it where he broke down the total tables into scales. He had 350 tables, 41 were Garden Railroad, 140 were HO, and went down like that. And I was just wondering if there are certain areas in this country where certain scales are dominant. I know that statistically HO and N are way more popular than Garden Railroading or ON30 and SN3 and S. So I just wondered if anybody has any experience for like in Chicago area where they might have the L may have a big influence on the modeling there. To me, it's a lot of my friends, we stayed in HO, and then one of us went to a different scale, the other ones came along. And I just wondered if there was some influences like that, in your groups. Right now, I'm going to try something different on my own railroad, where I'm going to take out about 25% of it and rebuild it again. And when I do this, there's a whole lot of confusion that goes on. Some upset, because anytime you have a change, you always make a mistake, or you reevaluate what you thought was going to work and it doesn't work, this kind of thing. So I guess this is just what happens when you have years and years of experience in the hobby. And I would certainly encourage any new person to realize that even the old people have made a lot of mistakes, and don't worry about making yours. So again, come to the new tracks modeling table at Timonium. I know Greg and I would love to talk to you. And I'll be there on Sunday. And will be manning it on Saturday. I'll have my micro there on Sunday. If you want to operate a battery control, you can certainly operate my little railroad as much as you want. That's all I have.
Well, I want you and Greg particularly to take some photos. Let me, so we can see next week really what went on at the show.
Well, I'm willing. I'll even do autographs.
I've got a little bit of room left on my camera phone.
Anybody have any comments to Steve?
Did anybody go to Springfield? No. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was at Springfield.
What did you think?
It was a great show. I mean, I tried walking around a bit on Saturday, and it was like halftime at the Dome here in Syracuse in a basketball game. You had to fight your way through the crowd. It wasn't as bad on Saturday. I spent a lot of time at the NMRA booth there, which we had in the Better Living Center. But there are 4 buildings there. There's a lot to be seen, a lot of manufacturers, and a lot of stuff for sale. To your point about location and scale, I think location has more to do with what railroads people model and things than it does with scale. I think scale is a matter of how much space people have and what appeals to them. But I thought the Springfield show was great. I didn't see anything. Unfortunately, we didn't have anything about the scholarship for the new tracks modeling there. Maybe that's something we got to work on.
Yeah, no, we had it there. It was.
Did you?
Yeah, Bernie had it at his booth. We had the banner there and handouts and so forth. And from what he said, a lot of people came by and
okay. Well, I must have walked right by it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was because I mean, and maybe it was when I was going around Saturday. It was hard to see what was on the tables because so many people. There were between 15 and 16,000 people there on Saturday.
Did you notice
7,000 or 8,000 on Sunday?
Did you notice what I said about younger people?
There are a lot of young folks around. A lot of young people around. Saturday tends to be the modelers. So you get the guy who's waiting at the door because he knows X, Y, and Z guy has got the brass model that he wants, and he's got to be the first one there to get it. Sunday tends to be more families, parents with kids walking around looking at trains and stuff, which is good to see.
Did you like the layouts? Did you see any one particular one that set?
Oh, there's some beautiful layouts. I'm always partial to the Central New York Modelers layout, which has beautiful modeling. But the other one that impressed me was the Reading Historical Society has a layout they have there. It was very, very well done. Sometimes when you have modular layout, there's real good modules and then some that aren't so much. But every one of those was just really well done and very well planned.
Now, in the videos, I saw a lot of O scale.
There's a lot of most of the O scale is Lionel, and a lot of what you get is unfortunately is junior or daughter or grandchildren or somebody selling dad's or grandpa's trains that he didn't make any provision for. So there's a lot of that. But there is there was some O scale there. There's some G scale too, some large scale folks there too.
Yeah, I was. it's just overwhelming. You know, I've never been there. It's on my bucket list, but
Oh, you know, if you haven't been, it's an experience. You know, I mean, they got four buildings and stuff. It's huge. There's all kinds of people there. If you want something and you can't find it there, it probably doesn't exist.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to
I
York.
did, you know, engage in some commerce. I bought some tools and a few things that I was looking for. I needed a Markland transformer for my grandson because he wants a train to go under the Christmas tree, and the one they had died. So I'm going to give him some of the Markland trains that I have, and but I needed another transformer. I got one for $10. I'm going to send it off to the guy in Virginia that repairs them. I'm going to put a cord on it, and there we are.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, anyway, that's it for tonight for me.